Up in the destiny of America. Before the Pilgrim Fathers landed at Plymouth, we were here. Before Jefferson etched across the pages of history the majestic words of the Declaration of Independence, we were here. Before the beautiful words of the Star-Spangled Banner were written, we were here.
And the blacks that currently reside in the United States of America are not from Africa. Those sorts of terms that society has come to use are divisive in nature.
Los Angeles was there for thousands of years. They were built by the indigenous people who were black and Indians as well.
Whoa.
The black people, they weren't brought over by slaves. They are the original owners of America. Black people, African Americans. They don't come from Africa. They were already here and they plagued them out. And they stole the Smithsonian Institute, which is Jesuit controlled, stole their knowledge, stole their history, and now we're just left wondering who we are, where we come from, where we're going. We don't know anything.
I don't know how far back, and I don't know what country in Africa I'm from, but I do know that my roots are in Louisiana. I'm an American.
I mean, you're gonna get a lot of flack for saying you're not African American. You know that, right? So I want you to say what you really mean by that.
What I really mean by that is I'm an American. That's what I really mean.
Remember that big Indian dude in that movie? Mm-hmm. He was cool. And then he couldn't talk unless he was talking about gum.
Yeah. You know, I think you're not supposed to say Indian either.
No way, really?
Yeah. I think you're supposed to call them African Americans.
Now this article reads, disfranchise the Negro and send him back to Africa? Absurd, impossible. More than $1 billion worth of United States real estate, which he owns in his own name in the United States, is not easily to be taken from him. Besides, the Negro is not an African, he is an American. African is a misnomer. Why try to send him to a country which is not his own?
So we are not Africans then. The blacks in America are not African people.
They are not African people.
And I think it's very important for us to open up the discussion that, you know, not all African Americans came from Africa. That is one of the greatest fallacies that has happened. We were a global melanated planet, which means we were absolutely everywhere.
You know about people my color, brown-skinned, who were
indigenous people.
To where? To what land?
To America.
All right now.
There's so much that's been done to corrupt and rewrite the story, especially when you see the pictures of who they say the native Indians were. But, you know, the Americas were actually African. It was like Africa. It was a melanated continent, beloveds. But the Americas, there's many of you, beloveds, who you are the native Indians. You are the Native Americans, and that is part of the inheritance that you have been, you know, disenfranchised from.
I mean, y'all just tuned in to TPTV Live.
Hit the like button. I know you like watching. Hit the like button.